Welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. This is an optic and it is from Schmidt & Bender. Now, I got one of these several months ago, but I was asked to keep it on the quiet. I did actually show this when I saw it first off at PMII in Germany back in March this year, 2023. But this, I need to get it out the box now because it's going to get used, because this one is the full production version which has been sent to me, and it's actually been sitting unused for several weeks actually. Been waiting to get around to it, and the weather getting good, or the weather getting better because the weather's been awful. This is the 6-36 PM2. So if we look at this, we've got 6-36 by 56 PM2 high performance made in Germany. This is an absolute premium Schmidt & Bender scope. 34mm tube, 56mm front end. We've got plenty of objective for light coming in. We've got a beautiful ocular lens with great fast focus capability, which to be fair, they call it fast focus, but once it's set up, who needs to touch it again on one of these? I almost don't want to look through it because I know how beautiful they are. The first one I had was slightly unfinished. It was a prototype, as I said, and I've been using it, and it works, it tracks. The image quality on it's superb. The tracking on it is absolutely pin sharp. This one appears to be slightly different in a couple of ways, but we'll look at that in a moment. Just have a look and see what's in the box. We've got an instruction manual here. Schmidt & Bender cleaning. Well, is that a cleaning cloth or is there something else in there? That feels a little bit more than the cleaning cloth. No, it's a cleaning cloth. And of course you've seen it comes with Tenebrex caps on to protect your lenses, so let's just pop the lid on there. Now this thing is, well, it's a very Gucci scope, quite frankly. Left side here, please open and remove the battery. So the battery will be under here, and it's probably got a polarity, or sorry, a conductivity protector on it for shipping purposes, but we shall see just how they've done that. So yeah, if I just pop that out of there, that will now conduct and the illuminated reticle can go on. Because as I say, although I've had one, I haven't had this one, and this one is the one that's going to be the full review optic for my channel. I've got this for a few months and I'm hoping to use it for some long range shooting and some serious activities going on. Right, so I'm just going to double check I haven't just got something trapped in there, because that battery is not just quite fitting down smoothly. There we go. I hadn't quite clicked it in fully. Right, that's in smooth now, that's perfect. So, right, it's first focal plane and it's 6-36 magnification, so let's drop it down to the bottom and have a little look. Left side parallax here, which is butter smooth. You cannot have, there's just no perception at all that anything mechanical is moving inside. And that goes down to 20 meters, so if you're a particularly keen rimfire airgun fan, this could be the scope that's all your dreams come true. We've got 11 illumination stages on it, so let's have a little look and click up through the illumination here, because that's got a very interesting looking reticle. It's a bit of what you call a Christmas tree reticle, but it's kind of open with a lot of space to see your impact points and bullet splash and things like that without affecting your aim off. Yes, that is rather nice. It's slightly different to the reticle I had on the other one, but we shall see. This one is first focal plane, it's in milliradians, so we have got a locking turret. That will click there. I think it's a 3-position locking turret actually. Now this one is clockwise for up, so if I go all the way down with it, we're down at about 4 clicks below zero. Call that, yeah, 4 clicks, 4 centimeters at 100 meters below zero. And then there's a little popper there, so when I go all the way round into the first turn, that will pop up. And then if I go all the way around completely, that's giving me nearly 30 milliradians of travel without making any other alterations whatsoever. I'm just going to remind myself now that in the first position there, I need to check in the instructions and see what that's going to do in the first position, but in the second position that totally locks the turret. In the second position, that opens up. Now does that open up a third turn on there? We shall investigate all this in the full review, because as I say, although I've had one, the one I had was slightly different to this, and it was more a display of the optical capability and the magnification range rather than the exact turrets. Similarly on the right side, we've got a locking turret with a lever there, so that goes red or green, and we can turn left or right of centre, and that has got 6 milliradians to probably about 6.6 maybe, 6.7, all the way to the extremes. Now obviously that is before you do your zero setup to start with. You probably take the turrets off, set them up as it will tell us to do in the instructions, and again push that back down there and it locks the turret. Now I can't quite explain to you just how slick this tube feels. It's got a certain, almost a slightly glossy feel to it, but it doesn't look glossy. It's a one-piece tube. We've got a large central saddle. You can pretty much see everything I'm going to say about it in terms of its external mechanics. The turrets are easy to grip. The clicks are well defined, but they're not aggressive. They're not kind of clunk, 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 clunk. But you feel every one of them, and you can count them in your head, or you can count them with tactile movement on them, and it's really just one of those things that's hard to describe, in the fact there's sort of weighted perfection between all those little detents with the ball bearing popping in and out as that dial goes round. I'll have a look and see what the instruction book is saying to us. Instruction manual and more. So this has got in it an Allen key here. That will be for setting up the turrets, because usually with Schmidt and Bender turrets you loosen off the screws and you can rotate the turrets. They will still click, but you can rotate the turrets without reticle movement, and this will all be explained within the manual. So international guarantee doesn't specifically say on there, maybe it says inside, handcrafted quality. 20-year guarantee, 10 years worldwide warranty, 2 years warranty extension through registration. This is all something to cover in the full review. You get a very nice, is that aluminium that? You get a very nice warranty card there as well. This is all part of the fact that this is an absolute ultra premium scope. It's a bit like buying a fine London something or other. A suit or a car or something like that, where you get the absolute personal service. So we'll be working through this, and I'll be giving you all the details when I do the full review on it. But for now, that is the 34mm tube, and I'm going to be putting that on a rifle I've just unboxed. So I hope to be out and shooting with this in the next few days or so, you know, rain dependent on that one, because I don't want to get the rifle wet. I'm certainly not worried that the water's going to bother this, because the optics on these things are absolutely beautiful. And I won't lie, as I'm aging, my eyesight is not as good as it used to be, and it appreciates fine optics even more than it did before, because that has just got a blissfully crisp, clear reticle in there. There's no aberration whatsoever when you use them in daylight, and the field of view is absolutely flat all the way across. Everything's in focus. You don't have any problems. There's no tunneling when you go through the magnification range, I don't think. Let me just double check that one. Yeah, there's no tunneling at the bottom end of the magnification, and of course with the illuminated reticle you're always able to make sure you can see the reticle even with lower magnification settings, where it of course gets slightly smaller in size with it being first focal plane. Obviously all the hash marks on there are in milliradians to match the turrets. So there we go. That's going on. It's probably going to be on 2 or 3 rifles throughout its life with me, because it's the kind of scope that not only, it's a kind of scope I want to use, so it's not going to be a difficult one to do the review on, because it's probably going to feature on quite a few rifles. Some long range 223 varminting probably through the winter, depending on the weather of course, but definitely some long range steel gong shooting. I don't really do much paper shooting these days. It doesn't really float my boat, but we shall see. And of course I'll be zeroing it and printing some groups just to prove the tracking and things like that. So thank you for watching. If you like my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, because the comments are what drive the channel. Please go all the way through to the end of the video to make sure you're picking up the sponsors' logos and the sponsors who do support this channel, because it's free to you guys on YouTube, and I appreciate the fact that you all watch it and help drive the channel. If you go right to the very end, there's a link to this next year's British Shooting Show for 2024. Tickets in Birmingham. It's in February. It's a great show, so please come along, and I hope to see you there. If you do bump into me, don't forget to say hello, and let's see if we can have a little 5-minute chit chat. Right, thank you for watching. Bye for now.